What's up, everybody? It's Trey from Advent7, and I'm joined here by my man Andrew. Say hello, Andrew.
Hey, Baba Booey! How's everybody doing?
And we're going to be here doing a quick tier list. Since Scarlet and Violet's coming out this week, I decided, hey, let's talk about these new Pokemon designs, since we don't have anything else to talk about. So we're going to talk about these new Pokemon designs. All these are the only ones released officially through reveals, no leaks, and none of the special Pokemon that people saw in the corner of that one video. They're just going to be Pokemon that have been officially revealed. Alright, Andrew, you haven't been following the news cycle, so a lot of these Pokemon are going to be brand new to you, aren't they?
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint, but I mean, like, this is cool. I'm looking at this whole list of Pokemon right now. I don't recognize any of them. So, yeah, I'm excited to kind of go through them one by one here. They're all pretty cool.
So yeah, as you can see, this tier list was one that I did not make, but it goes from on my team to solid design to pretty cool to it's alright to what were they thinking? And so me and Andrew are just going to argue back and forth until we can come to a consensus. So I'm going to go in order on the official Pokemon website. So we're starting with the starters. So the first one we're going to start with is this green little cat here called Sprigatito. It's like quick description: a capricious and attention-seeking. It may sulk if it sees its trainer giving attention to a Pokemon other than itself. Andrew, what are your thoughts on this little kitty?
It's so adorable. It's so cute and inviting. It makes sense that it would be a cat. I feel like one of the starters has to be a cat, like every new generation. How many cat starters do we have by this point?
That's only 2.
Well, okay, you have what was it? The starter that turns into Incineroar. What was that one called?
Yeah, so you had Litten in Alola, and then this one, Sprigatito. There's only 2.
Really? Okay. Never mind. I was wrong.
There's normally a cat Pokemon in the Pokedex for each region. Like there was Meowth.
Okay, fair. Yeah. I remember. What was it? Luxia evolved into Luxray in like Gen 4. So okay, I take it back. You need a cat Pokemon for every gen. So this is kind of the representative cat Pokemon this time around. Yeah, Sprigatito is great. I'm really curious to see what it evolves into, to be honest. I know that there's already some leaks that have been going around about that, but I'm crossing my fingers that it does not evolve into a bipedal creature.
That's what everyone's hoping for. We're all like, stay on all fours. Stay on all fours.
I'm probably going to be disappointed.
Probably. But right now, Sprigatito is my starter of choice. Like, this is my number one choice. So for me, this is definitely on my team. What about you, Andrew?
Oh, yeah. Now, out of all 3 starters, like, I would definitely pick Sprigatito.
So I think that's our first decision. It's going all the way up to definitely on my team.
Up to the top.
All right, so next we're going to look at the fire starter, Fuecoco.
Okay, so Fuecoco, he's funny. Like, I feel like we also always need, like, a silly-looking starter for every single generation. He kind of reminds me of Turtwig, in a sense.
Yeah, I can see it.
Mm-hmm. A little pudgy. Definitely cute and kind of silly looking. Yeah, I mean, like, he's definitely my second choice. Like, I did have a hard time picking between the two when I first saw all 3 starters, but yeah, I mean, I would probably put him in a solid design tier.
Yeah, I'd probably put him there. I've been on the fence about him. He has really grown on me, especially since almost everyone we first saw him, and he's like, he looks so stupid. But the more we look at him, the more we're like, nah, he's kind of cute. He's kind of cool. I like him.
He looks like my spirit animal.
It's like and a lot of people point out that he kind of looks like he's a pepper, or like he's gonna be an apple, or like he's a hot apple or something like that.
Oh my gosh, he does kind of have the curvature of a pepper, with the little sprig at the top. That's funny.
Yep. It says he's laid back and does things at its own pace. It loves to eat and will sprint toward any food it finds with a glint in its eye.
Cool.
But yeah, so solid design. I can agree with solid design. So I'm going to put that right
now,
here.
let's just hope he doesn't evolve into a wrestler.
I doubt it.
That's all I care about.
People really want him to turn into like a ghost pepper, so like a fire ghost type or something like that.
That would be interesting. That would be unique. I don't think we've had a fire ghost starter yet.
We have not, so that would be kind of new and interesting. But let's take a look at Quaxly, the last starter, the water type starter.
Where's his magic wand? Why isn't he fighting with Sora?
Yes, Donald Duck has become a Pokemon, everybody.
Should be fighting the darkness of Heart Darkness.
Yes, this is the DuckTales Pokemon. It's like Quaxly, this seriously mannered Pokemon will follow in its trainer's wake. It's tidy and it especially dislikes getting its head dirty. And if you've ever watching any of the trailers, you can see how in the 3D models his hair kind of flips out. It's got a nice little coif to it. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a little regal looking. I'll say that much.
It's like honestly, I could also say he's a solid design. I don't dislike him at all. He's just a duck. He's just a DuckTales duck.
Yeah, I actually really appreciate how simple this Pokemon's design is. Like, he's just a duck, really. He's got enough recognizable, distinct features about him in the way his eyes are drawn and that, the kind of blue hat that he's wearing. But he's not covered in stripes or any, like, attachments, right?
Yeah.
He's just a straightforward duck. He's clearly a water Pokemon. I'm not going to question that up front. So I think that goes to show kind of the value of simplistic design. Sometimes less is more.
Yep. So I'm going to go with solid design. You agree with that?
Yep, I'm down for that.
So we're going to put him right next to Fuecoco. And it's like, they're honestly interchangeable for me, so I wouldn't put one over the other.
Yeah. Yeah, I
next,
both the same level.
So next we're going to look at the box legendaries. So this is kind of this is the big decider for me whether I was getting Scarlet or Violet. So we're going to first look at Corydon, the red-looking dragon.
Okay. Okay. So I had to say something about this. I wasn't super duper keeping up on all the new trailers that were coming out. So my roommate Drew, he saw one of the more recent Pokemon trailers before I did, and he had a breakdown about this character, like a mental breakdown. And he tells me that both of the new legendaries this time around, they can transform into quote-unquote vehicles and kind of help you fast travel around the region. I've seen some of the trailers now, so I know that as a fact. Like, they're just the Pokemon you travel on. It's interesting that your legendaries are like that this time around. Your legendaries, they feel more grounded, ironically. But what Drew described to me, and what I later saw in a trailer, is that this red guy here, what's his name again?
Corydon.
Corydon?
Corydon.
Corydon. Okay, that's better than to ride on. But I see the footage where he has like a wheel built into him, right? They both do. They both have like wheels in their bodies to be like motor type Pokemon. He is running with his hands and feet.
Yep, he's the Yabba Dabba Doo Pokemon.
He's friggin' Fred Flintstoning this shit. Like, he is just like slapping his arms and hands as he's like trudging along this giant landscape. And I'm like, dude, why are you not wearing the wheel? You're not using the wheels. What? I just think that's the silliest thing, man.
Everyone's been talking about it. So yeah, Corydon is there's no real information on the legendaries on the site, which is always funny. But basically, everyone's been putting together that Scarlet and Violet have this kind of theme of past and future, and Corydon is the past dragon. And since he's the past dragon, he kind of doesn't use normal. Even though his front chest looks like an inflatable wheel, it just kind of inflates because he's a lizard. It's not an actual wheel. So he has to run and swim.
But even Fred Flintstone had wheels on his car. Oh.
Yeah, this is before they invented the wheel.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's a convenient excuse. We'll go with that.
I still think he's pretty cool. But the crawling on the ground does knock points off of him for me.
He looks cool. It's just literally is not functional in the way it looks. So I can't. I want to put him in pretty cool tier because it's not that his design is bad, but it's that his like the model itself does not utilize major aspects of the design. I feel like in order for a Pokemon to have a solid design, like everything about it needs to integrate with the Pokemon itself and how it fights, how it moves around, right?
Yeah, so I'd also put it in pretty cool. It's like I like looking at him. Like, if you guys remember my trailer review for the second official trailer for Scarlet and Violet, I was like, oh my god, we're doing Pokemon on motorcycles now.
Yeah, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, but better.
Yes. But speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, let's look at its Violet counterpart, Miraidon.
Violent counterpart?
Yeah, so Corydon is the box art legendary for Scarlet, and Miraidon will be the one for Violet.
Miraidon, huh? One,
yeah. Yep.
He's future monster.
He's futuristic. He's got his set of legs. He has jet engines. He actually has wheels. He is dope. I saw him and was like, I want him. I want him right now.
He actually uses the wheels that are built into him. God,
I'm kind of hovering on he's on my team because I want to play Scarlet. I want to play Violet way more.
I mean, it has to be in your team anyways for you to use these Pokemon to travel around, right?
Yeah, I think the way they're going to do it is that they're not going to be officially on your team, but they will, depending on the game you pick, they will automatically... Yeah, you can summon them and they will automatically be there. They'll also get to eat picnic lunches with you if you go for a picnic.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I'll put him on my team as well. I love to just have this guy to fight with. He seems interesting. Again, unique design. I'm curious what type of move set he's gonna have.
Yeah, I'm feeling like he's gonna be an electric type, but there's no telling what he's gonna be.
And I keep saying he for this legendary, but legendaries don't typically have genders, right?
Yeah, they're normally genderless, so it's unfair for us to be like he when it should be it. All right, let's move on to the next one. Armor Rouge. So Armor Rouge is this red looking one, this red one with armor on it.
What is that? Oh my gosh, is he like?
So
is it like a Digimon or something? Like, what am I?
So Armor Rouge. So Armor Rouge, the Fire Warrior Pokemon, is a Fire and Psychic type.
Whoa. Okay.
He is a Scarlet exclusive, so he will only appear in the Scarlet game.
No. Oh no. But I was gonna get Violet, but I'm looking at this guy now, and it's like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's got the new move Armor Cannon, and basically he's a noble warrior, and its armor is the source of its psychic powers.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's like everyone was making jokes about him because he basically looks like a Mega Man person, especially when he uses Armor Cannon because it turns into the Mega Buster, basically.
Very cool. Yeah, dude, definitely on my team. If I end up getting Scarlet, yeah, I gotta put this guy on my team.
I mean, yeah, honestly, if I was playing Scarlet, he would definitely be on my team as well. It's like, he is dope. I like him. It's like the fire type is really cool, which is the other problem with Fuecoco. I'm like, Fuecoco, you're nice until I see your final evolution. There are 2 fire types that they revealed. I'm like, I want them more.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm already planning on getting Sprigatito, and there's really cool alternatives for fire type Pokemon you could pick from. I like that. I like that when a new Pokemon generation introduces really appealing alternatives for the types of each starter. So if you went with one, it didn't mean they were missing out on having a really cool fire type or water type, for example. But yeah, no, I love the soldier aesthetic of this fire type, so I'm 100% down for that.
Yep. So next on the official Pokemon list is this little green dude right here, Bellybolt. For those of you who remember, he was revealed during our time meeting the electric gym leader, Iona, who is a VTuber basically, or a social media person.
She's both.
In the Pokemon world. But yeah, Bellybolt. He's an electric type. He's the L-Frog Pokemon, or the Elefrog Pokemon.
Dude, no contest. Definitely on my team. Look at this guy. Look at this little goober. Like,
he is a little goober.
He's a cute little buddy boy. Like, fuck me, man. I want this guy on my team. Just look at his face. Look at that cute little face. Oh my god.
So just so you know, the face is actually the two dots for his eyes and the smile. The things on the side of his head are like warts.
Oh, it's even better.
Like he has.
That's even better. Oh my god. Yeah, look at this little blob of a boy. Oh my god. Give him to me. I need him right now.
I like him. I think I want him in solid design. So
yeah, we'll put him on solid design. I will lean more towards that, but if the first chance I get, he's going on my friggin' team, man.
Yeah, I'll put him top of solid design. How about that?
Okay.
So yeah, Bellybolt. He's a funny little dude. So next up, this thing's just listed alphabetically, but this is the counterpart to Armor Rouge. Is Cerulege. He is 100% on my team. He sealed the deal for me getting Violet. Look at the swords.
Heck yeah. Okay, I think I saw this one in the most recent trailer. That's slick. Like, this looks like a straight up
ghost type.
It's a fire ghost type?
Yes, he speaks to my inner edgelord. His new special move is Bitter Blade that drains. It's a slashing attack that drains. I love this. I love everything about him.
Man, that's too cool. Yeah, you're right. This is proper edgelord Pokemon right here. Like, if I was in middle school, I'd be super down with this guy. I'm still down with this guy.
Yep. So it's like definitely on my team. I'm saying that now.
Yeah, so really, you have two different badass fire types to pick from.
Yep.
What was the armor Pokemon name again?
Armor Rouge.
Armor Rouge. I'd probably still pick Armor Rouge because I do love the bright colors.
Yeah, I mean, orange is your color, so
it's
like he fits that aesthetic for you.
True. But, oh my gosh, the blades, the blade arms, that just oozes cool factor, man.
Oh, yeah. So, next up on this list is the Ice-type Pokemon Titan. So, he's a big narwhal Pokemon.
Huh. Okay. Titan.
Like
Look at this guy. Huh.
He is a he is a land whale, or the Terra whale Pokemon. He is an ice type. He's got strong muscles and thick blubber.
He's covered in like, what are those? Just like blades on the back of him? Like, is that his tail or?
Like that? Yeah, that's his tail.
Okay.
So he's a land whale. So the back of him's got his tail. It's like he's got like what 5 horns on him. The horns on his upper jaw freeze the surroundings.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's very spiky.
Yep. So I would say he's pretty cool, but that's just a bad joke because he's an ice type.
I'm willing to lean towards that. I'm not gonna give you credit for that joke, but pretty cool territory. I think that's fair for this one.
It's like he's going to be, I think, the ace of the ice type gym leaders Pokemon, which we'll talk about later.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty cool.
I'm wondering, for the record, like, which of these Pokemon am I even gonna put in the "it's all right" or the "what were they thinking" categories? Because I'm too nice about this, but also like I just dig a lot of these designs.
I mean, we might be super nice on this. I don't hate any of these Pokemon really. So next up, we're gonna talk about Cyclizar. So it looks like Miraidon and Corydon, except he's kind of the in-between stage. People have been speculating like he could be a pre-evolution to Corydon and Miraidon. Other people are just like he's just the modern version of the motorcycle Pokemon because the evil team rides Corydon or rides Cyclizar all over the place.
I would believe that it's the modern version. If he's that common, first of all, and has so many similarities, It's weird for me to think that they would create a pre-evolution to the legendaries. We don't see that often. Normally the legendaries are kind of just their own stage. There's some of them that evolve from like a previous form, but they don't do it that often. So
yeah, it's just a thing that's been established from both Sun and Moon, and then there was another one that happened in Sword and Shield.
Okay.
So that's why people are like, maybe, because they've created a precedent now.
There's a chance. I mean, I remember Fion evolved into Manaphy in like Gen 4. But I'm still hesitant to believe that, especially since all of these goons ride around on this Pokemon. I would put money down that it's just the modern, common version of it. So,
this is probably the one I would put my lowest rating on, which is it's all right. I don't hate it, but it's like it doesn't look right. It's like it's just kind of basic. It's a dragon normal type. It does get a really interesting new move called Shed Tail, where it'll create a substitute and then switch out of the battle. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
It's gonna be a very interesting thing for like competitive, but otherwise I just think he's all right.
Yeah, if it has capabilities for the competitive scene, then heck yeah, I'd probably pick up this Pokemon at some point. But in terms of design, it's not bad, but it doesn't stand out. It doesn't have any of those bright, contrasty colors that the legendaries do. It doesn't really have any flashy designs. It is just basic all around. So yeah, we can definitely drop it in the all right category.
All right, first one in the it's all right. All right, next up, our first cross generation evolution since Gen 4, Farigiraf.
Oh, Girafforig never had any other evolution stages, right?
Nope.
What is this one called?
Farigiraf. So if you spell Girafforig, you
you
flip it in on itself.
Farigiraf?
Yes, Farigiraf.
Girafforig. Five Nights at Freddy's. Farigiraf.
Is that Farigiraf or Farigiraf?
Raggle Fraggle. Girafforig. That's going to. I'm not gonna say that right. Like.
Nope, no one can agree on how to say it, even though they said it in the reveal trailer.
Oh my god. Girafforig. I can't see it because I'm looking at your screen right now, and he's so shrunk down.
It's tiny.
But, oh my gosh, he's got a lot of spikes on the back.
Yeah, so it's kind of you've seen a giraffe before, so you know how their manes they have a mane.
I think so. Yes, I vaguely know what a giraffe looks like. Thanks, Trey. That's interesting. Is it wearing a hat?
So you remember what Girafforig kind of looks like, right? It's got it's got a tail on its back that has a face.
Yeah, that always weirded me out as a kid.
So when it evolved, the tail moved up to the head. Oh. It's now kind of clamping around the head.
Oh, bro, it's like a parasite. It's like the Slowking tail.
Yeah, it's kind of basically how Slowking works.
Okay, well, hey, that's unique. It's not something I expected. Shoot, I don't know if this one is all right or if it goes on my team. Because again, it's like
that's an extreme. I was just putting it down so you could see it better. But yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it. I say it's pretty cool, maybe.
Because it's just like so out of left field. Like we didn't need this, and I think that's why I definitely want it on my team. Is just simply because of how extra it is. But
it's like,
I would lean.
Like
Sorry. I just want to say I would lean to put it in the it's all right territory.
All the way down, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I put it over Cyclizar, but otherwise, yeah, it's just all right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind it, but
yeah. Cyclizar can take a back seat to that one. Farigiraf. Okay, no, actually, I'm not gonna forget this name. I'm gonna say it perfectly every time it comes up because somehow Farigiraf, as stupid as that sounds, I probably can't spell it, but I can say it. It flows off the tongue really well now that I say it multiple times. Farigiraf. For kind of stick with a brick. Okay. What's the next one?
Next up, it's the most adorable dog in the world,
Oh,
Fido!
hey, it's the dog that we can all eat. That's adorable. Yeah, he produces yeast, right?
Yes, he produces helpful yeast. There's a lot of Pokemon in this generation that does a lot with cooking. Like, this generation seems to also have a theme of cooking. But yes, Fido, he's the dog made of pure bread.
We are getting dangerously close to Pokemon that we can eat. We're pushing Pokemon food together pretty closely past the level of comfort by this point.
I mean, we've already had a cotton candy Pokemon and
ice cream
and
Pokemon.
Giant,
Yeah, so I guess
ice cream Pokemon. We've had milkshake Pokemon.
Crossed that threshold long ago.
So yeah, Fido, it's either gonna be on my team or it's a solid design. I can't decide.
I feel like I gotta put him on my team just because Fido is like the poster Pokemon of Scarlet and Violet. They've slapped Fido on like all the promo material for this game because he's so cute. And what I love the most about Fido, and I've kind of leaned on saying this before, but the simplistic design, right? Mm-hmm. There are two primary colors for this Pokemon. There's like the slight tint of yellow and the tint of white. You know, you got like a couple other shades here and there, but really it's a yellow and white Pokemon that still stands out. It's got a lot of curves to it. It's a very round Pokemon to, give off that vibe of bread. Fido just not only looks distinct and very simple, but also a lot of heavy design nods to what it's inspired by, which is bread.
I say put it on the team.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick him right there. It's like he's a delicious looking boy.
Stick him right there with a little bit of butter.
Yep. All right. Next up, the most recent Pokemon announced actually with a collaboration through Pokemon Go. It is Grime Ghoul, which is this Pokemon hiding in the chest.
I heard about the collaboration. That's interesting. I had to double take for a second and look at this, but yeah, Grime Ghoul has this chest form in the main games, but in Pokemon Go, it just shields itself with a single coin as it runs around.
Yep. So Grime Ghoul is kind of interesting. He's just a tiny guy. He's got antennae, and so his backstory is that he will hypnotize people into collecting coins for him until they get to 1,000 coins in his chest.
That's funny. Yeah, he's like a Grime Ghoul. Ain't that an interesting name, guys? Just give it to me. Give it to me right now. He's like a cute Eustace bag.
I kind of want to put him in pretty cool. I don't hate it, but it's like there's nothing grabbing me. It's an interesting backstory, but
I think that it's a cool design. I don't think it's a solid design. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Pokemon that lean on actual objects for their design.
Huh.
But like this works. Like I think it works more than some other Pokemon that clearly need like for example, the Pokemon that's like a ring of keys. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Klefki.
Yeah, I was not a fan of that whatsoever. I felt like that was pretty lazy. But this meshes a little bit more. Plus, Grime Ghoul is not the whole treasure chest. That's not part of the Pokemon. Grime Ghoul is the little gray guy inside of it. So I think it's funny. He's got an environment to sit within. So I think it's a pretty cool design. I wouldn't say it's solid just because I'm not really a big fan of the ones that incorporate some type of exterior element to it.
Yeah. I'll leave him at the end of pretty cool. He's not bad. All right. Next up, a new Pokemon with a unique typing, Graphia.
Graphia?
So he is an eye that creates graffiti. He's the toxic monkey Pokemon and our first ever poison normal type.
Huh. Okay. So graffiti, he actually just spray paints graffiti?
Well, it's more like finger painting. It's a mix of finger painting and he chews on berries and kind of spits them out.
Okay. That's pretty cool. It's a unique concept. Reminds me a little bit of what's that other Pokemon that has like the paintbrush tail from Gen 2?
Oh yeah, Smeargle.
Smeargle. Yeah. Yeah, it reminds me a little
So
bit
yeah,
of that.
a lot of people thought that because the Pokemon Company was doing promo before they revealed Graphia, and they were like, wait a second, is this going to be a Palday, either a regional variant or an evolution of Smeargle? And no, it's just someone who probably competes with him.
Yeah, most likely. Okay. There's a lot going on with this Pokemon. So
he's definitely got the punk wear. Like if you look at him, looks like he's got a hat on, and he just looks like he's up to some mischief.
Mm-hmm. And I'm totally down with that. You know, I'm always a fan of the punk aesthetic, so I would put him in the pretty cool tier.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd definitely put him above Titan. Like he's got a unique design going.
Yeah, definitely give him the second seat there. I think it's very deserving.
Yes, Graphia, pretty cool design. All right, next up, another good boy that'll kill you, Gryvard.
Gryvard?
He is the dog that basically looks like Muttley from Wacky Racing.
Oh no! Wait, is that a candle on its head?
Yes, it is a ghost type. It is a ghost type dog Pokemon, and anyone who's seen the trailer for this one, he murdered that trainer.
Oh no!
It's a ghost type, so the candle on his head drains the souls as it drains your life force as you play with it.
Holy crap! Like, slowly over time, so you don't really notice it. Oh no!
I mean, yes, slowly over time, but it didn't take long in that video. It's like that woman was playing with this Gryvard for like 2 minutes, and she was dead.
Okay. That's not as terrifying as Drifloon, which literally just like pulls you down into the underworld, but still pretty freaky. So not on my team, but I'm gonna say solid design. Because
I would agree. This is definitely a solid design. It was a joke. This trailer played as an ad on my phone, and my girlfriend saw this and was like, "Oh, he's so cute." And then I told her, "Yeah, he just murdered that woman." So she was like, "How do you train Pokemon then?" And it's like, the lore and gameplay do not commingle sometimes.
As Professor Oak once said, "Welcome to the world of Pokemon." That kind of just happens.
No, I'll put him at the end of solid design. He's still not. I don't think he's above Quaxley.
No, not above it, but still deserving of that tier because, again, clearly looks like a dog. Only a few different color shades, but distinct because the candle on top of its head definitely ghost Pokemon. Yeah, I'm already a big fan of the design, so I think it deserves to be there.
All right. Next up, it's a Pokemon that's gonna have some story significance. Cloth. This giant rock crab.
I've seen this person, or not this person. I've seen this guy around.
Yep.
Oh man,
so
this is funny. It's very funny.
Yes, he's a kind of a derpy big crab monster. The big thing about him is that he's going to be part of one of the 3 storylines in the Pokemon in the new games. Since there are 3 storylines, there's the gym challenge, there's the evil dealing with the evil team, and then there's hunting for this special treasure. And one of the mini bosses that you have to deal with is a giant version of Cloth.
Oh, that's what I saw in the trailer. Okay, so Cloth, there isn't just one, right? Like Cloth is a common Pokemon, but there's a giant one you have to deal with.
Yep, there's a giant one you have to deal with. Normally these things are what?
Like little hermit crab sized, or
they're 4'3", so they're people-sized crabs.
It's still terrifying.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like their eyes can go all the way around, like so they can see all the way around.
Oh no, I don't like that. That's.
But apparently their claws are delicious.
Yeah, I bet, but I don't know, man. Yeah, have you ever seen a crab in real life? Like, have you ever eaten a crab where you had to pull apart its shell and everything?
Oh yeah, my family's Cajun. We do
that's
that
right. Yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah, it's terrifying though. It's terrifying the first time you try to eat like a crab in real life.
Oh,
Just-
yeah,
just
no,
seeing
seeing-
it
it's
up
like
and close and personal.
Yeah, it's
like-
kind of horrifying.
Yeah, so I wouldn't want to mess around with this dude personally. I'll put him in pretty cool territory. Yeah.
If we gonna put him, I kind of want to put him above. I'm gonna put him just below Titan.
Okay, I would
like,
I would say put him above Titan, but they're both actually at the same level of design.
Yeah.
I feel like they're both straightforward. You know what you're getting out of them. I'd say they're equivalent.
Okay, I can see that. All right, so got down to our last couple ones. Next, the king of memes, Lechonk.
Oh, Lechonk. So have they confirmed yet? If people just eat this Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, like have they just outright said, yeah, Lechonk is just
Actually, I don't think he's good. He's not tasty because he's mostly lean muscle.
really? He looks like their primary source of protein in this region. He looks like their version of Miltank.
Yeah, where is it? It's like it's got an excellent nose. It's good at finding. People use them for hunting ingredients.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm sure they're not going to directly address this, but I bet somebody...
Oh no, they would
Takes a
tell
lot
us that
to
they
know
were going to
Lechonk.
eat him. It says it may appear fat at first, but in reality, this Pokemon's body is mostly muscle, built by consistently walking around in search of food.
Ooh,
And-
okay, yeah, so they've already prepared for this. They knew that people were going to ask about eating Lechonk.
It's like they would try to eat Lechonk, but he doesn't have enough fat on him, so it's kind of like dealing with a bear. You could eat him, but they're not tasty.
No, wouldn't be fun. Not worth it. I would say put him in solid design.
Yeah, I'd also say solid design, but I think he's above Fuecoco in my mind. But just on the name alone, he is above Fuecoco.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Lechonk's very muted colors, but I think that between the two, Lechonk is probably like more recognizable. I don't know how to phrase this. Like if I were to see Lechonk from far away, I'd still recognize it. I'd still know which Pokemon it was. But yeah. So let's leave him there. I think that's a proper spot.
Yeah. All right, coming into the final stretch. So next we got our first regional variant revealed, Palday and Wooper.
Yeah, I saw this
So
today. I watched the trailer came out today and saw Palday and Wooper for the first time. I was like, yo, it's covered in a toxic film.
Uh-huh.
That makes a ton of sense.
He is now a poison ground type instead of a water ground type.
It still
But he's
dwells.
still just a Wooper.
Yeah, it's still just a Wooper. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
It's like everyone loves a Wooper. It's like
It
they're
makes
just
sense
friends.
that Wooper could be like toxic because it would still dwell around like watery areas, right? It would still dwell near lakes, I'd expect. And some lake creatures are poisonous.
Yep.
So
It's
checks out.
mostly because they kind of live in mud areas and they've lost the... It's like, what was it? They live on land and cover their bodies in a poisonous film. So that's the main thing.
Yeah, so honestly, I love this. I think that this is a proper twist on a classic character. They did not adjust too much about Wooper to make it unrecognizable. This is clearly a version of it, not like another evolution, right? Somebody wouldn't confuse this. Somebody would not confuse this Wooper with like an evolution of the previous Wooper. This is clearly just a version. So I think this is clever. I would put this in solid design.
Yeah. Where do you think it's going on solid design?
Definitely I would put it above Quaxley.
Okay. I can see that. Everyone loves a good Wooper.
I think that there was I feel like there was a lot of thought put into this Wooper, frankly.
Alright, next up, we've got the Pikachu clone of this region, Palmy.
Is that what that is? I've been staring at that this entire video. Is it an electric Pokemon?
Yeah, it's an electric type Pokemon. It is agreed to be. Everyone agrees that he is the Pikachu clone of this generation.
Oh, he's
got
the cheeks. Okay.
Yep.
We always need one, at least. Um, I don't know. I actually thought that it could have been like a fire type for a second because its fur seems to be quite orange.
Yeah, he does has very orange fur, so that's interesting.
And the eyes are what color are the eyes?
The eyes are they're kind of reflecting orange, maybe.
Okay.
They're like brown eyes, but the highlights are like orange.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about this. I can see that its ears are kind of blue.
It's got blue on the inside of its ears.
Well, I think that listeners by this point can probably tell that I like very simple designs and I like to use as few colors as possible. So the fact that we have both blue and orange on this is a little bit of a turnoff for me.
Oh, you just hating on the bears. I see how it is.
Maybe a little bit. But is it always on all fours?
No. Kind of. It can stand up on its hind legs because it actually will use its forepaws for its front paws for attacking.
A
lot of people have speculated that if this one evolves, it'll evolve into a fighting type and have like strong punches or something like that.
Okay, that'd be pretty cool.
No proof of that.
That's
all speculation.
Personally speaking, I would put this in What Were They Thinking? Because it just seems like a needless Pikachu clone that design-wise doesn't even really stand out that much to me. Like, I don't think it's very recognizable. It just doesn't seem like there was much thought behind this, except we need like another Pikachu style Pokemon, but worse. But I mean, where would you put this? We can average it out between the two of us.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think. Like, I honestly, I haven't thought about Palmy since the first time it came out.
Right? Haven't thought about it because it didn't stand out to you. It wasn't visually striking. It didn't feel like there was a purpose for it.
Yeah, no, it's like Pikachu clones all blend together. So you might be right with the what are you thinking, and I'm gonna go with it. What were they thinking? It's like they could have done a better Pikachu clone and at least make it something unique. If this thing evolves, it could shoot way up in the list. But right now, it's It's really
Mm-hmm.
Next up, another meme master, Smoliv.
Smoliv. Okay, yeah, I've seen this little guy around. Let me ask you this, Trey. What other Pokemon does this remind you of?
Oh, this is a Budew. There's a dozen plant Pokemon that look exactly like this one.
Boom. Budew was the first thing that came to my mind. You're referring to the plant Pokemon from Gen 4, right?
Yep.
You and I thought the exact same thing. It looks almost identical. I can't really remember what Budew looks like, but I looked at this and I was like, hey, don't we have that already?
Yeah, if you put a shadow over this Pokemon and do the who's that Pokemon, people would guess Budew. That's an easy mistake you can make.
It's
like this one does not have a striking.
Close. Yeah,
it does not have a striking silhouette at all.
No, and I mean, like, there's really nothing that stands out about this. It's a lot of green. You know, like I would have picked a different secondary color. But you know, I mean, it's fine. It's a straightforward design. Like, I would put it in the all right category.
I almost want to say what were they thinking because we've actually had a lot of Pokemon that look like this one, so people are getting sick of this design concept.
I'm with you actually because it's pointless, right? Like, this seems like a filler Pokemon.
Yep. Which, I mean, the Dex always needs filler Pokemon, but it just feels bad. It is an interesting type. It's grass normal, and apparently it makes very bitter olive oil. So once again, another Pokemon that makes food.
Oh no, that's right. I heard about that. Yeah, so much food coming from these Pokemon. I'm worried. Very worried about. You could have a full 7-course meal out of Pokemon by this point.
And finally, the last and most interesting of all the Pokemon. It's Wiglet!
Okay, on my team. Right now.
On your team?
Yep. No contest. No contest. Mm-hmm. Look at this guy. He's just like a little wiggle. What would you call this, Trey? I have a word that comes to mind used to describe this long.
It's a noodle.
A noodle. There you go. That's totally the word that I was going to use to describe this.
He's long man. But yes.
It's just so weird. Like, somebody looked at Diglett and they're like, we need something for this guy. We need to change up Diglett somehow. This is not... Is this an evolution?
So no. So this is the concept that we have in the real world called convergent evolution, where two completely unique species evolve similar traits.
Oh. Okay.
So this is Wiglet is a garden eel. It's if you've ever been to an aquarium and you've ever seen those little little eels that kind of...
That's what this looks like. That's exactly what it is. It's one of those little eels that pops out of the ground and just kind of wiggles around in the water.
Exactly. So this is a water Pokemon that just burrows underground like Diglett. Cool. And the only thing that would make this thing better is if it evolves into Wig Trio and they make a song that goes... And they do the thing where it's like, Wiggly, Wiggly, trio, trio, trio.
I would be down for that. Yeah, Wiglet, like, 100%. Look at this dude. Look at this guy. Oh, man. It's just funny. It's silly. I want to see him wiggle around when he pops out of the ground and, like, use some type of water... What do you call it? Water pulse? Water gun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just shoot water out of its nose at other Pokemon. I just want to see that happen. So, said before,
I
say
agree.
it again. Yeah, it's simple and straightforward, and I love that.
I do like it. Wiglet is a fun Pokemon. So yeah, that wraps up the Pokemon tier list. So it looks like we have enough Pokemon for a full team of 6.
Hey.
Definitely on our team section. A whole backup squad with solid designs. Only a couple of pretty cools. And
then you've got the PC Pokemon down at the bottom there. You got the PC box ones.
You got the PC box Pokemon, but it's nice that so far most of the designs are pretty high on our list. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna make sure to save this so we can put this up on our Twitter.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Like, the team there at the top is not the most balanced Pokemon team, I would say, but they all look like stunners. I'll tell you what, they all look pretty badass.
Thank everybody for tuning in today. I'm Trey from Advent 7. I was joined by Andrew. Please check out some of our other content.
Go capture Wiglet. Everybody go Wiglet. Out. Go catch Wiglet. Okay, make me proud. Okay, go get our boy.
Bring our boy home. All right. For all things anime, video games, and comic books, please check out our website, advent7.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we will see you all next time. Ya goodbye.
Ya goodbye.
Ya goodbye.